And we live. I'm going off. Greetings, most honorable listeners and
masters of the martial arts.
I am Travis.
And I'm Chris. And this is definitely going to be an experience for you. Me too.
Yeah, this corona got everything all
jacked up and
turned around. Just whatever. I got some music.
Of
course.
All right.
And this is, of course.
Who that is?
Uh-huh. We celebrating Chris being a new father again. His 17th kid, popping him out right now.
Hey man, hey, don't do me like that. Don't put that juju out there, man.
Like Chris, if I see you in 6 months, you talking about, hey.
Hey, nah, listen.
You're
gonna see me in 6 months. You're gonna see me in less than 6 months going like, hey man, it's hard to walk right now.
The Rona got you, so you can't get him right now. So
I know.
Better hope.
That was already on the docket.
Yeah, and like, yep, sorry, you can't.
No,
well,
sorry.
Time, never mind. Anyway, you can't do nothing right now. So
a lot of family time with the kids, and absolutely.
Baby, you got the in-laws at the house.
That's it.
You are,
It's definitely an experience for me.
Yeah, it is.
I got trapped in the house kids. I got in-laws. I got a brand new baby. So I got kids I got to deal with being trapped in the house. Mm-hmm. Or, it would be hard and then it would be hard for them to deal with a brand new baby on board. And now they're forced to do both of them at the same time. While, trying to be normal. You
got enough toilet paper for all that? Okay. That's a lot of.
All right, man. 2 of them in diapers. I got diapers and wipes. Listen, that's easy.
Wait, what? I know. Wait, is Malachi still in a diaper?
Nah, Kiara, the new one, and Alora. And Alora's starting to sit and transition already. She's 17 months, and she's kind of sitting and starting on
in the range to start.
Just curious about it. And she ain't started nothing, but she's curious about it. So,
like, hey, look, we gotta. But at the same time, you got diapers and you got baby. Man, that's just a lot. Like. That's just a lot. And to be in the house. I'm happy
trash is still picking up and stuff, guy. I'm happy they're essential.
Yes.
My guys, they are essential.
Like, but that's just a lot, man. You got the in-laws, you got the babies, you got your wife, it's you. That's just.
And I got the dogs.
I forgot. You got like 2 dogs, right?
2 dogs.
Two dogs.
2 dogs.
Big dogs, too. Like, dude, that house is just. I don't know what to tell you. And here I am in my townhouse, all alone.
By yourself. Chilling. Just
relaxing and, enjoying this time. I don't have to go into work. Yeah. But yes, people, we were off last week. We did not record.
No, it was the birth of my child. So I was predisposed. I was unable to attend our typical.
Here's the funny thing about it, Chris.
Huh?
I was literally at some time during that day, earlier in the day, probably around 12 or 1. I literally was sitting there thinking, I was like, you know what? It'd be funny if we were doing the podcast and then she went into labor and you got like, Chris was like, I gotta go. She going to labor. I was like, that would have been perfect. That would have been great. So then around 8 o'clock, whatever, I sent you that text and was like, yo, we recording today? And you was like, oh man, I forgot. Katie had the baby today. I was like, oh shoot. All right. Well. Like, okay, well, it's a week off. We're not gonna record this week. He's not going.
Like, we could have recorded from the baby room, but that would have been with a lot of beeps and
it was.
Nah.
I mean, I'm a big proponent of family, so I'm like, look, just spend that time with her, pay attention to her, do what she tells you to do, take care of that baby. I got a third boss in the house now. So yeah, I was like, look, just. You don't need all that time. Just go ahead, take care of what you need to take care of with the family. And so then I thought about doing like an emergency, just grabbing somebody. And I was like, nah, like, I'm not gonna do it without Chris. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that without Chris. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna wait. And then we'll do it later on. I was like, nah, just take the whole week, man. It's not that big of a deal. Ain't nobody listening to us right now, which is irritating as heck to me. But
You need to, cause y'all ain't got nothing to do.
y'all ain't got nothing to do. Just throw it.
Man,
And I'm like,
throw it
man,
on. You be down in the shop working out, working
Yep.
on a car. I know
Driving
y'all
in
got
the
doing
car.
something. Long cutting grass because y'all doing stuff. And listen, because I know right now,
Nah, man, we
my
up here
honeydew
fighting
list,
against the Tiger
my
King.
my honeydew list is long.
Oh,
Hey man, like I said, I'm doing all kinds of projects I didn't even know I was doing. There was a list up one day, and I was like, huh?
like, all of this is what I got to do.
All right. Well, I'll teach Zoom classes and do the rest of it.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, buddy.
Absolutely. I don't get the luxury of programming from home in my comfy chair with my nice headphones on.
Well, no. But now you're outside of the house because you decided to get out of the house to.
I did. I'm at the dojo right now. I had to get out and go.
So let me ask you this: you were supposed to be moving soon
Mm-hmm.
in the school. So
Mm-hmm.
is that still supposed to happen?
Mm-hmm. Everything is done on my part that I can do. The only thing we're waiting on now from the new location is the city to open back up so we can submit our architecture drawings to be permitted. And then once that happens, we're rolling over right into construction. Our construction firm, two companies already have those drawings. They're friends of, the dojos. So, they have the plans and they're working on bids and they'll be ready to go once we get the permits pulled. So, fingers crossed, everything wrapping up, getting back to work mid-May-ish. We're on track.
Yeah, mid-May. Yeah.
We're on track. But if not, but my space is big enough that we can put, a partition wall up and operate.
Yeah.
At the new spot. It's just an open building. We don't have to demolish anything. It's just cleaning some stuff in, knocking a little thing down, but like I could go in there and do that right now and it wouldn't be a big deal.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks so much.
That's still going on. Fingers
crossed.
There's a lot of stuff out here in the Rona land that's shut down.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, like I said, everything is shut down and, from where we're at. So all I can do is.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. Look, man, I'm tired of talking about Rona because, it's the only thing I was a little upset that I saw that a tiger got the coronavirus.
Oh, right after Tiger King, man. Messed me up.
But the thing was, I thought it was like, yo, how did it touch a doorknob? Like,
I think some lady sneezed on him without a mask. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why were you that close to get to a tiger to sneeze on him? Like, all right, that means your workers just nasty. Well, anyway, I'm just saying how it's getting to a point where I'm like, y'all have been lying to us about what this coronavirus is, and y'all talking about if we get 200,000 people dead, then that's a good day. That's a good one. I'm like, wait, what? If the numbers at 200,000, it could be up to 2 million. I'm like, okay, something here is wrong that you guys have been telling us. Something is because now all of a sudden now everybody has to start wearing masks when you go outside. So I'm like, this is getting to a point where it's clear that you guys have been lying or you guys are stupid. Like one of the two is going on. Like you didn't know anything.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, like it's like y'all been lying to us about the severity of this doggone thing, but then trying to tell people like, no, stay in the house. It's just like, yeah, you don't have to worry about it. It's just like the flu. Stay in the house though, and nobody go outside. Like, wait, what?
Don't go outside, but it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. So what you mean don't go outside, but it ain't that bad? If I can't go outside.
Like, wait, what? What is happening? Like, hey, if we get to 200,000 people dead, that's a good thing. What? Something's off.
200,000, that's bad.
Yeah.
That sounds bad to me.
I mean, they still saying this, and like, if we had 9,000, I'm like, that means there's 191,000 people that are supposed to die from this. Like, something's off. Like, something's not right.
Oh.
So,
anyway. They bought their 5G towers now.
Yeah, they are burnt. Like, yo.
I'm not going to mess with that. I'm just messing with you.
No, I'm like, honestly, I'm like, yeah, could be. Like, I don't know. I don't have a test for it, but then you guys are just coming out saying stuff and there's nothing to back it.
You guys? Who are you guys?
Oh, I'm saying people
No, I know,
circulate
no,
on the
I
internet.
know.
Like, people are just coming out saying this craziness. So whatever, man. Like I'm just gonna stay in my little house,
Listen,
chill, look
I'm
outside,
kicking it
watch
with my
the photos.
family, make sure I have enough supplies to function
Yeah.
and move through my life.
All I do is gotta go to the grocery store and I come back.
That's it.
My setup is here. I got 3 monitors right here.
Man,
Like
I'm
I'm
telling
good.
you what though, people who only eat like chicken, and yeah, people are having a hard time right now. They got chicken over there where you at, other than like Publix fried chicken.
I don't eat that public stuff. Like, I do eat it, but then at the same time, I'm like,
Nah.
no, I'm good. I'll stick with, cause once it's cooked, it's just sitting there and people pick it up, look at it, breathe on it, and then put it back down. And then, so I'm not touching that stuff right now. I grab my own stuff and cook it here. Every now and then I go out to like Zaxby's or Chick-fil-A if I don't feel like cooking anything. I go out to one of those places and then that'll
Word.
be it. Or I order some Wingstop.
Oh, Wingstop sounds good right now.
Yeah. But you know, one thing that is happening on Sunday,
What?
it's over.
Oh, I know.
I'll be back,
Oh,
people.
I know. Easter's here. Oh, I know.
I
Yeah,
will be back on the socials.
yesterday we practiced our palms for Sunday.
Oh yeah. Did you
See what I did?
did you have some palms at the house? Did you throw some palms on the floor and walk over them?
No, we don't got no palm trees, man. This ain't Florida, bro. We ain't got that.
They
I
sell them
don't
at the
know.
grocery store. They have them at the grocery store, like just palms. Throw 'em
Uh,
down.
my mother-in-law watched a live mass, so she did Palm Sunday mass.
Is it still massive?
I heard
Nobody's
it.
there?
Okay, okay. Listen. They had the congregation take selfies and send them to the church, and the church printed them and put them 6 feet away from each other for social distancing, and put pictures of the parishioners up on the pews. So there was people there while they were watching the church service.
Oh my God.
They went a little ham on that one. I thought I don't know what to think of it, but a Catholic mass lasts
It's just a
long
waste
anyway.
of trees.
Ink, and
Ink.
time,
Yeah.
and
And
energy,
then you did it. And then you did it to yeah, spaced them out 6 feet apart, which is just dumb. Like it's not like the person's not gonna catch the coronavirus.
They
through
was
the picture.
listen. They was trying to I don't know. I was
I
trying
don't know.
to.
At that point, you might well have them sitting next to each other because otherwise you don't need. Otherwise, you just had the real people that social distancing themselves, like they do at the White House, but it's
No,
only
don't
like
do
they
that,
got.
man. They arrested people for that, man. Don't do that.
Hey, I'm just saying, like. So was it only the preacher there, and it was like him and like a deacon or something?
There were a couple of them. There were a couple of priests and people there doing all the
Yeah.
stuff. The priests were doing all the readings and stuff, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't watch.
I don't know what to tell you on that. I mean, people are coming up with what is the most creative thing that you've seen people doing now because they can't because they just have to find a new way to do something. Like, what's the most creative thing that you've seen recently? Well, I guess we'll get into the virtual tournaments, but anything else? Well,
Yeah.
besides that,
People, it's not really anything creative. It's just seeing that the things that we were told weren't possible are now very, very possible. And then some of us skeptics who scoffed at online learning are having to go through and open their minds up to actually teaching online and throughout, without being there for personal instruction and watching that, and no contact is. It's crazy. So like, there's no, for classes for karate and stuff, like there's no sparring. Jiu-jitsu has been weird. I've been having withdrawals. I got a dude who wants to come in and do one-on-ones and work out and do one-on-ones, and I just haven't decided if that's something that I'm willing to do with my baby and whatnot. Like, I don't know if I'm
I'd say
grappling
no,
with
Chris.
somebody. I
I'd
leave
say
the decision up to my wife, and we'll see how that goes.
no. Even though I'm not on social media, I've heard that people are doing these virtual parties where like
Oh, yeah,
they have the DJ playing and like
Oh, and people join into the Zoom meeting
Yeah.
and the DJ's the host or somebody's
Yeah.
hosting the
And
DJ
it's kind
party.
of, it's kind of fly. Like I kind of rock with that. Like,
We had a cocktail hour with all of our jujitsu group over Zoom. We've had two of them.
mm.
One before the baby and then one after Kiara was born. So they got to meet Kiara virtually, and we all sat around and had some drinks and told stories and played games.
All right, let me ask you this: do you think people are more connected because they're not able to connect? Do you find yourself talking to more people, texting with more people reaching out to you and talking to you, and you having a conversation? Huh?
Nah, no. The same people I talk to on a regular basis are the people that I still talk to, and other people, no. I haven't noticed a spike for me. I've reached out to a few people just to see how they're doing, but I get the same response back instead of something that I would have thought, hey, we're going through this too, da da da. So yeah, no, I haven't noticed much of a difference. What about you? You've had more people call out to you and reach out to you and let's see what's up?
Yeah. I actually have more people actually reach out and, well, I mean, it's maybe the same people, but it's the frequency is more like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Like they'll reach out once or twice or 3 times or 4 times, out of the week. Like as opposed to I may hear from like once a week.
Once a
and
month.
Now I hear once a month or once every 3 weeks. Now they're, 2, 3, 4 times a week I'm regular. Talking to them.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like it's the same people, and then there's more people that will just send you stuff and say something to you because it's just like they're just in the house bored and like, oh shoot, let me send this out and like let me do this, and it's like, all right, it's a little bit different. Like, and like on Sundays I am allowed to get on social media, so I'll creep on social media for a little bit and look at stuff.
Right.
And like my inbox will have like 7, 8, 9 people who sent me something, like a video or something, and I'm like, all right. And some people are like, yo, I ain't seen you on social media. What's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm not on social media right now.
Nope.
And like da da da. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I get right back off. And then it's just interesting to see certain things that are, and you can just really, I mean, it's weird being in this realm of not being on social media when everybody's social distancing.
That's the only thing you can do to really kind of stay in touch, really other than calling somebody or texting somebody. I mean, that's kind of the outlet. Yeah.
It's a little different. And I think some of the people who have reached out to me is because they haven't seen me on social media. And so they haven't seen me on social media. They're like, yo, where the hell you been? Like, what's going on with you? I'm like, oh, I'm just.
You got the Rona.
Yeah. No, well, no.
He doesn't. He does not.
I do not have the Rona. I may have had it earlier.
He would by none.
I may have had it earlier in the year, but I don't know.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah.
I was down for a week.
Cause you were down, bro.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I was just the flu and I hadn't had it in a while, but I don't know. So it is what it is. All right, man. Let's get into your
virtual tournaments. The Uventex first virtual tournament has begun, I guess, right? Our very own Martial Arts Center Network Potter, Jeff Doss is one of the judges.
That is correct. Jeffrey Glenn Doss. I don't know what his middle name is. I'm calling him Glenn. Jeffrey Glenn Doss.
Glenn.
I don't know, man. I don't know why Glenn was the first name that came to my mind. I was like, I don't know, Jeff G. Doss, like Grand Slam. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but he just threw it out there.
He changed his middle name to Grand Slam.
Yeah, just changed his name.
It was one word.
Yeah. It's Jeffrey Glenn Doss, Grand Slam Doss. I don't know, but yeah. So he's
one of our judges. So we kind of get a little bit of a more into how some of it's being done. Apparently there's a division and there's a criteria, and then they got to come up, and I know they got to say their name of the division, their name of the form or whatever they're doing, and then do their little thing. And they get judged on technical merits more than showmanship and division integrity is what they called it. Like there's a 70-30 split. But it's very interesting and it's very cool, but does anybody get to see the forms? Are they going to post the divisions on YouTube?
Is it a deadline of when they're supposed to be announced? So like if I submit everything, like everybody has to submit them by Saturday at noon, right? Mm-hmm. How long do the judges get to take to make it? Like, it's another week? Is it 2 days? Like,
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like, how long does it take for them to come back and say and get all the tally scores? I think it's like 7, 10.
Well, I know Jeff
Judges.
spent a good bit of time yesterday doing a bunch of divisions. I don't know how long it took him, but I know they're pretty on it. Like once you get a division and you watch them and you score them and you do I think they do the scoring right after every form. So you're only judging the form on its merit, not comparative against everybody else in the division. So every judge is doing that just solely on that. So then you're getting more of a you score rather than you versus them. Are you better than them, or are you getting a score for you? So I mean, that's kind of cool as a concept. It's like
It is, but dude,
that's a lot of work. Seems like you
yes.
gotta watch a lot of forms and a lot of stuff. And my fear would be, I thought about, inquiring to be a judge myself just so I could see how it works and go into it. But man, if I get, say, a 14, 15-year-old brown belt traditional or, whatever, traditional forms division, there's 25 people and I get to see three different forms out of all 25 of those people. Yeah. So yeah, that. Man,
I don't know what to tell you, man. Like
I don't know if I have I mean, I probably have the patience to do it, but I'd have to like dedicate some time, trap myself in the basement, or
watching.
I can't an hour, and that's an hour, hour and a half worth of forms, and then critiquing them, or not really critiquing them, but being able to give feedback and score.
Wait, to give feedback about this.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how the scoring works. If it's if they have like categories where it's like a 1 through 5, and 5 being the best and 1, and they got to click, and it averages the score based upon difficulty and all that jazz. But I don't know how they would, do you pre-send in like I do this trick, and this trick, and it records a degree of difficulty like gymnastics?
Like gymnastics?
I mean, I think that's the way they want to do it, but I don't know where they are in that.
I mean, it's a new concept, so they got to work out all the kinks in it.
Yes.
Like, so you know what I mean? So
my biggest question is anybody going to be able to see the division other than the judges and the people who are hosting the tournament? Like, is that something that the communities would get to see as a replay? Is that something where we see, hey, this person won that? Sweet. Let's see what they did to win it. Like, let's see the win. Even if we only got to see the winner for the winning.
I was thinking maybe they'll release the top 3 of each division.
Yeah, because
say something like that. They'll release the top 3.
Because from what I've been hearing is there's been some very interesting things going on in some of the videos. From animals to attires to children to
Wow.
I would imagine somebody doing a bow form and whacking something. I don't know, man.
If they sent that in, there's something wrong with them, okay? Like, if they didn't redo their form and they done did something messed up, like, there's something wrong with that person.
Maybe that was their third time, and they were like, you know what? It didn't mess with the integrity of my form, even though my dog walked across the front of while I was doing my.
The heck out of my dog with my oar.
Pow! Whack! Bunkai. See? Bunkai. And then get back to yeah, I can see that.
You see, it's real. This is real karate. No flips, no tricks.
Karate do. Well, technically it would be kabuto, but yeah.
Right, there you go. Thank you for keeping it technically correct over here.
Correct. Yes, sir.
In CTE land.
Yes, sir. Well, I was surprised that your first go-to was an oar. That was.
I don't know. The oar it just seemed like it'd be the funniest thing to smack a cat with. I don't know.
Out of no other reason.
Like no other reason, just smack, sweep the dog. Like, okay, all right.
Actually, pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh.
And now after this, the co-sponsor for the first, I guess, Juventex Challenge, I think they called it, with Jacob Wolfman and Martial Arts Studios or Martial Studios or what he's got going on with his production stuff, and now ISKA, Jacob Wolfman.
Okay.
He runs Martial Studios, does pictures and photography and action shots and editing for videos and all kinds of stuff for martial arts companies and schools. So him and the Juventex did that first one, and now ISKA is doing one. Catherine Milner from Florida is getting ready to host one, and they have all the divisions, and they have a sparring challenge. I'm curious to see what the sparring challenge is like. Do you find Bob? Do you have somebody hold pads for you and you do blitzes and a sparring workout type challenge kind of thing. Like, I'm curious to see what that's like.
How?
Ooh, and I lied. Jeff Doss has been doing some of the most creative like drills and stuff for solo stuff
Okay.
that I've seen. Go ahead, back to the virtual tournament
Well,
and the
okay,
sparring
yeah,
challenge.
I can't see a way the virtual sparring works, especially when timing isn't involved and you're talking about the internet. There's always that delay. There's maybe a glitch.
Well, that's why I think it says it's a sparring challenge. They're not trying to do virtual sparring like back and forth between two people. They're trying to do, maybe go for a minute and see how many times you can go back and forth on your blitz, how fast you can go, and then whoever gets the most reps, or I'm sure it's going to be something athletic like that versus me tag you and you tag me, via VR or something.
Mm, I don't know, man. Like
We might get to that point though, where somebody gets a VR suit and it's two people in a VR room and we're cutting
that would take
angles.
a person with a lot of money to burn to decide to do that. Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't know what to tell you about that one. That'd be interesting. I don't know.
But I'm sure somebody could do, if not a actual fighting thing, a VR karate, a VR class. And I know people who are working on it. I've seen them, those dudes in the martial arts business sites and all that stuff. Because every once in a while, I'll poke my head in there and see what they got going on.
Well, this would be a great opportunity.
Did you just turn on your business voice?
Yes. This would be a great opportunity for if Carmichael and them found a way to leverage their
Sensor sports,
sensor
long-term,
sports.
long
Like, so
distance.
both of the people have a sensor sport, and then they actually connect to the same, let's say, game or whatever the case may be. So whenever somebody touches one of those body parts,
Too,
they're
and
getting
you
scored
feel
on.
it. Yep.
Yeah, they're getting scored on. That would be actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
That would be different. Like, yeah.
That's like a Switch game right there.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. Like they have, like you said, Bob, and they got the actual stuff on there, and you kicking and hitting it.
Virtual. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then that's the person you're fighting. So, I mean, that'd be interesting.
And that would be a timing thing. Who got there first? Who to tag that? That's a cool concept. We're gonna have to wrap that up.
Since I don't have a way to do
that one up.
I'll throw that out there for them. Like, I can't do it myself. So
I don't know how to do none of that. Y'all got the sensors. What's up?
Yeah. Y'all handle that.
Can y'all do that long distance, like via Bluetooth and a network?
I mean, they both will have to log into the same net. I mean, to the.
It would be like kind of like a Zoom type of thing or a PlayStation Network kind of thing.
To
play
like
online. It would be that kind of connectivity.
In order to do that, you would have to have a significant structure on the back end. Anyway, so
I was say Carmichael can do it. He got the Cisco
exactly.
connection.
They have they can do something like that. I can't touch
that lends that up to other platforms to be able to do that on other things.
Yep. So maybe you can figure something out like that. All right.
We want a 0.5% cut.
Hey, just bring me on as a technical consultant. Speaking of which, have you ever watched?
Let me be in the videos doing the thing.
I want to be a technical consultant coming in there telling them exactly, all right, now we got to do this. I don't want to actually build it, but I just want to consult on them on how to actually build it. Therefore, get my consulting on. Like I was sitting here watching House of Lies over the last week. Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
I love that show. I watched all 5 seasons, so I just rewatched them again. It's like I just wanted to watch, and like I forgot how good this show was. But just being in that consulting realm of just going from place to place to telling people how to make their company grow and build, I was like, yeah, I could do that. I would love to do that. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's just. I mean, I'm not sure it's not as crazy as they've made it out to be, but at the same
probably
time.
not. But they tend to blow everything up when it's on screen.
Exactly.
But you never know. Some of the backstories behind those things that they used are probably wilder than what they show. So
some of them, got wild.
I know. What in the world?
Yeah. Like, okay. But yeah. So what else? Yeah. That's enough to talk about. Well, unless we got anything else on the virtual tournaments or.
No, I think it's a cool concept. Happy it's taken off. And what I did see was that a lot of their donations there are helping schools. the most supportive schools for the tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
4 of them are getting like $1,000 sponsorship or scholarship or whatever they called it. The people who bring in the most amount of students, and the top 4 schools get $1,000 via whatever gift card or to something or whatever it is. But I think it's money.
Okay.
So,
well,
I don't know.
I mean,
and maybe that's what they were doing the GoFundMe for something like that rather than whatever. But they also, it was like $35 to register for the tournament unless, you said, hey, I've
35 per division.
Yeah, I think so. And then, hey, I think it might be like a $10. I think it was like a $10 add-on divisions or whatever, something like that.
Oh, 35 plus $10 each.
Yeah.
Back to the days of the 90s when I was growing up.
Shoot, when I was in the 90s, it was $35 all 3 divisions because we only had 3 divisions. You could do you could do whatever you wanted for $35. Step in this gym and do whatever you want. And we had grand champion for sparring. So the winner for the beginner fought the intermediate, the advanced fought the black belt, and the 2 winners fought each other for the overall. So you could be a gold belt and beat everybody in the division to win grand champion.
How many times did that ever happen?
Trying to count how many times I won. It was a few though, because I was one of those kids that always won at yellow belt and green belt.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. And we got it in Florida. Like, we loved it. But we trained a little different than all the other schools. You know that kind of difference. The difference in your yellow belts versus some other yellow belts, and some people's black belts versus your green belts. Sometimes there's a difference.
Yeah. All right. What was the other thing we wanted to talk about?
The fantasy matchups, man, that Jeff and Alex did with on the Point Fighter show, and then just matchups in general. I like talking karate. I like talking sport karate and some matchups that are either unlikely to happen or that were an oddball or awkward matchup or just something that you would want to see. Obviously, they did Raymond and Nasty, which is arguably one of the best showdowns you can get. They chose Chelsea and Linda Dinley.
What do you think would happen is Raymond Daniels versus Ray McCullum? See, I like to okay, people. Like, we were talking on our pre-show. We were talking about everybody was talking about matchups, and they pick matchups that are with people who are similar styles, like Ray and Nasty, Pedro, I think it was Enrique or something like that.
Enrique and Pedro.
Yeah, like, so they have
Ruth and Cam.
Ryan Ruth and Cam. Similar styles. Yeah, and I was like, well, what happens when you take somebody who's not the same and you put them against somebody else who's not the same to make
because styles make fights. Yeah.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
What happens at that particular juncture? So, and that I just once you said it, because everybody always puts Ray versus Nasty, and it's like, yo, that's what you want to see and want to talk about. I'm like, okay, that's fine. What happens if Ray fights, Ray McCullum, like,
Scorpion Barrage?
Yeah, like what happens what does he happen when he fights Anthony Price? These are the types of fights that.
In the prime, or they already fought?
Come on.
I know.
Come on.
I had to.
That's not.
I know. It's better than Patrick.
That's the grand Anthony Price, okay? He was a grandfather at that time, all right?
It's true.
It's true. He was a grand Anthony Price. No, I'm talking about young Anthony Price.
With
like
that.
What happens at those types of fights? It's not. I don't want to just see the normal fights. I want to see, I don't know, Pedro versus Cam. You know what I mean? Like something like that, or Pedro versus Avery. Like just something different.
Pedro versus Robbie.
Interesting fight. Like that's an interesting matchup.
Because lightweights, they could.
Yeah.
I could foresee that. And
those are interesting matchups to me. Like I said, and then I also said something like fights that would not be pretty, like Frank Jones versus
Jim Haymore.
Like that's not a pretty fight. Like it's not a pretty fight. It would be an awkward fight. I would love to see that just because of its differing styles of how it looks. I always used to hate, a fight I always used to watch and it was an awkward looking fight. It was 3 fights, including 2 fights, including the same person, Jermon and Alex Lane was always awkward to me because those long legs and it was just flailing all over the place. That was always an awkward fight.
That's an ugly kicking fight.
And Jermon and Trevor, those were like awkward fights. They just were awkward fights. I saw Jermon cleared Trevor by like 6 or 7 points. Like it was.
I can see it. I can see it. He throws awkward stuff. Jermon throws awkward stuff in his legs.
It's an awkward matchup. Like if you say Jermon's name and you say Trevor, everybody was like Trevor's way better than Jermon, blah blah. But then there's a matchup that is just nasty. Like there's certain people's styles and timings and things are just
movement, thought process.
Yeah, it's just like wait.
They're a counter fighter versus a predominant offensive fighter.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh no, I'm
and then they're not even just being a counter fighter, an awkward counter fighter.
Right.
Like throwing stuff at a weird angle to catch you, or their timing, their bounce is awkward, and it's just like Jason Grenier is an awkward fighter to me. Like he's an awkward fighter, and if you've never fought him before, it's just
different. You look at him and you're like,
yeah, it's like
you get out there, you're like, oh.
It's like, wait, what is happening?
Wait,
how did he score with that? Like,
stop it.
What is happening right now? He's an awkward style fighter. Yes. So I would like to see certain styles and fighters that are just different. Like, let's think of some other ones.
I'd like to see Russ Taylor against people like from today, like Tyreek or James or Blake. Because Russ was the same way, a little more. To me.
I think depending on what age Russ is, if we're talking prime Russ, right now we haven't seen Tyreek's prime yet, but if we're talking Russ's prime, then I see Russ winning that fight just off his intelligence and just how he fights. I see that going that way. But I have no idea where Tyreek his development takes him. But yeah, I would see Russ winning that.
I don't disagree with you on that one, especially when you talk about prime Russ. So
yeah,
2000.
How would you feel? I'm pretty sure they probably have fought, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Is Terry and Damon? See, Damon was super young at that point.
Yeah,
Damon was super young, which puts him at a disadvantage against somebody like Terry, who's seasoned, who's just run everything. But a prime Terry versus a prime Damon would be an interesting matchup.
I would have to go with Terry on that one. Same reasons, maneuvering and intelligence. I think for me, he seems a bit faster to and from the line.
My question is, can Damon intimidate him?
No. If Nasty didn't,
but the question at that point is, did Anthony? You know what I mean? Like,
he posed his own problems, but yeah. You
know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do, yeah.
But so like, it really depends. That's an interesting.
That's an odd.
That's an interesting fight. Can he? Because Dame will talk and will growl and yell and say certain things and will get nasty. He will hit you low. Like, like,
now
he would do some dirty stuff.
I don't. I've known TC for so long. Like, I don't really see him ever getting out of that. Like, he's not very swayed by a lot of that. He's more swayed by that as a judge than he ever was as a fighter. I will say that.
Yeah.
He'll look right at you sometimes, or me at least, tell me to show right up. But yeah, because Dame is definitely a force across to stand across.
Like he's that type of guy. Like I would love to see certain, and he's an awkward fighter. He's an awkward style fighter. He'll throw a defensive roundhouse kick instead of a defensive side kick. You know what I mean? Like like wait.
Wait. And he don't even shift off the line. He just stands there, just freaking blasts right through you. Like, man, I was coming.
Hit you with a back fist and throw a ridge hand. Like, wait, where's the other hand? Like, it's like, wait.
I blocked the first one and then I put it down.
Coming around the side, like,
out of my head. What happened?
It's different. It's a different time. It's a different style. So it's just interesting to see something like that. I would love to have seen a fight like that. And most people would instantly go for Cam versus Damon. Like, they would jump straight to that because their styles are similar. I, on the other hand, I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. I would want to see another fight. Like, I don't know.
I was thinking, because of the leg difference, I would want to see an AP and Cam to see how Cam deals with a long, talented leg and strong leg. Yeah. Cause Cam's got great kicks and he's very strong and he's got the intimidation factor and he's a big dude with the hands, but I haven't seen him in a matchup in a while now where he's outsized and just height wise. Cause I mean, Avery's taller than him, but I don't know.
Okay. We kind of stumbled into a question that I'm just curious. Who was the last strong, dynamic heavyweight kicker? I mean, you could throw out, like, I guess the closest.
Heavy Trevor?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be the closest.
Later Trevor? Later Preston? A real heavyweight. Jim, but not dominant. So,
yeah, I wouldn't even call Jim's leg strong. Like, I'm thinking about.
I don't know. I've never fought him. Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call Jim's kick. I wouldn't even call Trevor's kick strong, to be honest with you. I wouldn't. It was there as he got older. It was a little bit stronger, but initially it wasn't that strong. It got stronger as he got older. But I wouldn't put him on the level of Anthony kicker. You know what I mean?
I don't put very many heavy. I'm trying to think of anybody, any heavyweight who's got a kick like AP.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like you
I don't think there is, to be honest with you. Best big man leg, I think.
Yeah, like some just hit me like, yo, who would be considered a dynamic, strong heavyweight kicker? Or just we can take the word strong out. I guess at this point it's
a dynamic kicker, Trevor. A really good kicker. Yeah, it would be later Trevor.
Yeah.
Tom Roberts isn't heavy enough, so it wouldn't be him. Jesus. Yeah, no.
Right. Like
when Jotty kicked, Jotty was a middleweight?
So, no, he's pretty much been light heavy the whole time. But
well, so maybe kicking Jotty.
I guess young Jotty before he turned into Body Bliss Jotty. Yeah, so the young Jotty, the 99, 2000, and around 2002, he started being more of a body puncher. 2000.
Yeah, after on Paul Mitchell.
He got
probably kicking it with Mikey P a little bit more likely.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because the elite days, he
was a kicker. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like I don't know. Like I chose not to kick, even though I could. I just didn't kick as much. So, and I wouldn't really necessarily say my kick was that strong. It was more Trevorish. So I'm trying to think. Wow.
AP, probably.
Yeah. It would have to go back to the AP. Like, and, yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Really. It's not a lot of great heavyweight kickers. If you really think about it.
No. I'm sure people are going to be like, you're forgetting about so-and-so, so-and-so.
Yeah, they're going to throw out some names and you're like, dude, they weren't great. It was not a great heavyweight. I mean, I guess if you want to put out a heavyweight kicker, I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily put a lot of these people as
Gerald was a heavyweight who could kick.
Right.
I mean, there are heavyweights who can kick, but they're not kicking heavyweights.
No, I wouldn't. No.
They're not. Like I said, they're not. When we're talking about kickers, we talk about people like Pedro and people.
Right.
Preston
and evidently somebody's gonna jump on and be like, "Oh, you forgot about Raymond. Raymond can kick." Like Raymond's a kicker in
Raymond can spin kick.
Like, but in
Raymond
our
can
sport,
side kick.
In our sport, Raymond is not a kicker.
No.
No.
Can he kick? Yeah, he can kick. Every once in a while, will he throw 2 or 3 pulling kicks? Sliding kicks, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, every once in a while. But look who he's doing it to.
Right. Like I'm trying to think. Like, when was the last time I saw Ray throw more?
Picking his leg up and go 2, 2, 2.
Throw 3 kicks. Like, wait. When was the last time I saw Ray do something like that?
He did it in a dojo when we sparred last time when I was in Cali. But
No.
That's why I said you got to look at who he's sparring to do that. And he's throwing axe kicks too.
Like,
Look when he throws that axe kick.
yeah, y'all can save y'all Raymond comments for something another day. All right.
Absolutely. And this is coming from the homie. You can say that comment for
Yeah.
somebody else, man.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I know who we forgot. Los.
Oh yeah, Carlos.
Los. There we go.
Carlos
Los.
is, yeah.
You know what? It finally clicked in. I was like, it's Los. Yeah, Los. All right, there we
Los.
go. There we go.
Because Los can kick. Los can kick.
Los can kick. Like, and it was hard. Like,
that's what I said. That's what I was saying. I was like,
yeah,
Los can kick.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, where was the last? I'm like, it had to be somebody. There it is. Los.
Carlos Tierney. That's
Carlos.
right.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel better. I'd be like, yo, this is disappointing. If it was nobody, not one heavyweight came along.
Yo, who would you like to see against Ninja? Because I like Ninja. I like Ninja's awkward style. I like Ninja. I was one of the dudes growing up that I liked to watch.
I
know. I never fought Ninja.
But yeah. I'm trying to think. Who would I want to see fight Ninja?
Would it be somebody from a now era or somebody from an older era? Or maybe somebody from the era that he never got to see?
I would want Ross. I want to see Ross versus Lamont. That would be interesting to me because it's just that style is so weird that both of them, I don't think, like, he's used to that. That came around that time where people were blitzing a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When that blitz started really taking off and really taking over the sport, and it fit his style of that defensive waiting on you and just timing you. Ross doesn't blitz.
No.
It takes him out of what he wants to do. Number one. Number two, I don't particularly, he's not coming forward that much. And Ross is all about timing and in that mid zone. Not when you're about to go
between, then transitioning. Yeah.
Ross is all about that. Ross, to me, honestly, in our sport, didn't have like a great offensive game where he's just coming out the box, just scoring like da-da-da.
He's not my anchor to go score points.
Right. Ross, he's going to beat you by 4 or 5 melodically, beat you by 4 or 5, 6 points melodically, not run up 15 points on you. You know what I mean? Right. And Lamont came up in a time where it was a lot of, high pace, just going. Yeah. He came in around that time. So his timing was just based off of that. For somebody like Ross, who's just kind of a little jittery, but more relaxed, a little jittery, and then step in and hit you. And when in that mid zone, it's interesting to me to see. That would be an interesting match for me.
That is an interesting matchup.
And it would probably be very boring to watch because it won't be a lot of action.
It's not going to be a lot of action. It's going to be a 2 to 3 fight.
Yeah.
4-2 fight or something like that. Yeah.
But it would be an interesting fight. I still think Ross will end up winning it. But I think, you know what? Here's what I would say.
Because I can see Ross stepping in to score more.
Yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. I would see Lamont winning the first time they fought. And I would see Ross adjusting after that and winning the rest of the matches. Like anytime they fought after that, Ross would have picked up on the style and completely just dominated them the rest of the time away. But that first one, I think Ross may be in his head too much and he would get caught. It would be like a half a second.
Half behind because of a hesitation.
Because I have a hesitation and thinking about what he's going to do. And I think that Lamont would end up winning the first time they ever fought. But then after that, Ross would just pick him apart. He would have his timing and everything. So if it was a 2-round match, Ross would have came.
Ross. Yeah.
Yeah. If it was the first 2 minute round, then I think Lamont may get him. AKA Ninja people, for people keep saying that.
I was going to say, they're lost with Lamont, man. They're lost.
Another match. I'm trying to think. What was another match?
Well, you said earlier, Preston.
Preston and Enrique.
It's and it's the hard front leg.
Yeah.
And the
And
adjustments
fast.
behind it. It's
Off the line fast. One of the fastest people I've ever seen come off that line. Just, boom, like, and just.
16 and 19 Preston was ridiculous with that leg.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, that would, like we pre-showed it a little bit. We talked about, the ability to get off that line, even if it's just a hair, to be able to slip through that, to see if Enrique would be able to catch those adjustments. But anybody nowadays, really, because we don't have any kickers that really come like that. Zolt
Nobody comes off the line.
kind of did a little bit, but but it was a little bit more patient and long.
Yeah. I think younger Zolt probably
did
come off the line a lot.
Young Zolt came off a little bit harder than that. But I mean, we don't have anybody that still does that. I mean, last time Trevor did that in Ireland, but like that.
Yeah. I mean, this just the style of competitors now is not as fast paced. It's fast. I think it's fast, like just bang, the competition, but coming off the line.
Yeah.
No, it's not a just go. You know what? Okay, I take it back. You know who's like that? Ryan George.
Ryan does come hard like that.
Ryan comes off that line.
Sometimes to a fault, but Ryan does come
to
hard
a fault.
Like that.
Yes.
Sometimes
he comes off that line a little bit. He comes off.
Because it allows the half step and the step.
Yep.
Yeah, but
he comes off the line very much.
But I think that more. Yeah. I think. Well, for me, Ryan. I think
but
that
and
a little bit more
that's
of
one
his
thing
chamber.
that I have a problem with Jim. I think Jim's pace is too fast for his body.
Oh yeah, because he overruns himself a lot.
Yeah. And then by the end of the last 30 seconds, yeah. And I 45. especially if he starts winning, he's getting to the second, third, fourth round, and he's fighting.
Yep.
By that third round, he's gassed.
And he's very tense when he does things.
Yeah.
So like you said, it might not be the strongest leg, but everything he's doing is real. Yeah. Like you can watch because he still wears like the
and it's foam dip gloves.
Kick. Yeah,
it's an awkward angle, awkward knee position, awkward kick he has. So it's I don't know. It's just an interesting thing, man. So these are some of the fights we were talking about here. We'll get into some more traditional fights that we I think on Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll be live on Point Fighter Live. Yeah. Or Point Fighter
Radio or Point Fighter Live.
We'll be live on Point Fighter. One of them. We're gonna be
one of them. Whichever network you want to put us on.
You're gonna put us in the community. You're gonna be on live. We're gonna be pushed to
the Florida page.
Yeah. We'll be on there Thursday. Talking about a lot of different matchups that he sent over to us. And breaking down different fights that we think that how things will go and blah blah blah. It's it's interesting.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I saw what you got.
No, I was gonna say I'm looking forward to breaking down some women fights. Like I'm gonna bring up a couple. I'm gonna have a couple of
that women's team fight was interesting.
Yeah, that women's team fight was pretty interesting.
That was interesting. We'll get into it, but it was interesting. It was interesting thought process behind it.
I see the thought process behind it, but like,
yeah, no, it's interesting.
No,
we'll talk about that on Thursday. Anyway, next is I forgot what I was gonna say. Just that quick.
I should have let you go.
Yeah. I'm too old. I'm about to be 40. Dang it, doggone. Oh, man, nope, still don't have.
Lost it
that quick. Cause I looked at the time like, yo, it's like, I thought about it, it's like, yo.
Gotta be a little faster.
About life in general. Oh, I know what it is. Got it. All right. It's been interesting. When I got on social media, I saw different things that were, people were doing, which was kind of interesting to me. I saw what, the Raymond thing with Mallory.
Yeah.
Cause they're doing different series. And I just thought about it like, people being creative. We had thought about doing that. It was like, but yeah, maybe not. We'll figure it out. And then literally that next week.
Yep.
Literally that next week, Mallory dropped with him and Raymond. I was like, oh my, you sent me the things like, oh, they doing it. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was
like, I told you. We half step everything we would do.
Yeah,
we got it.
Too late. So I know Mallory probably listening and laughing like, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man.
It's awesome. No, it's great to watch. It's entertaining to watch too.
Yeah.
listening to them and then take questions and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for them. Ask people, a lot of people asking about, wanting to ask Ray questions about how to do this, that, and another. And I think that's pretty good. But what I wanted to say was that I'm loving the creativity being pushed forward on the platforms, from sportmartialarts.com, from Point Fighter Live, from what we're doing over here at Martial Arts Internet Network, aka Maine. Is there really anybody else that's doing anything? It's mostly us three, and
then you see like the little Instagram pages and stuff, like
the
starts, what's her name, Fight Films.
Jackson doing this podcast. He's on this week. I think it was today.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think it dropped today.
I think it came out today. So I'm just interested in what things that Carmichael's doing over there.
Because their podcast, him and Chad's podcast, they got going on.
It's just interesting to see all the different things that are going on in our sport that are being pushed forward. Hopefully we had something to do with some of the ingenuity that people are putting out there. That we, inspire people to start doing these different types of things to,
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I think so.
That's primarily what we want to push the needle forward, push the sport forward, push things going in a different direction. And, cause we've had conversations like, yo, you see something like, yeah, I see it. It's like, yeah, I see what y'all doing. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Some things we like,
some things I'm like,
all right.
Other things
cool.
like,
come on.
Like,
y'all
right.
really, all right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
Yeah.
Come forward with another ID.
Exactly. So I'm more so just, real supportive. I want everybody to succeed. It's enough.
Yeah.
Cause I am really the type of person who's upset that we are still doing certain things the same way that we did in the 60s and 70s.
Absolutely.
It just kind of makes no sense to me.
With all the evolution that we've had and seen, we're still doing.
Yeah. And then we've gotten to the point where we've gone backwards. We were on ESPN and in Madison Square Garden and giving out $5,000 for grants, and now it's just like,
no, they're still giving out $5,000 for grants, just breaking it up into everybody gets a little piece of it.
Yeah. Anyway,
we want to get into it. I mean, we can talk about the diamond. I bet the two diamonds look different.
You know what? Do they?
We need pictures.
I
know somebody who has a connection.
I remember my uncle's in 92, and they don't look different. Like,
no inflation.
Yeah. Is that a diamond? Okay, it's a diamond.
It's sparkle, but like glitter.
What is it? I mean, I can't say I don't have one.
I don't have one to look. I don't have one to look at. That's why I said I needed somebody who has close to the source.
More prestige than anything, but
yes.
It was about the actually winning the event than the actual.
Oh, absolutely.
Prize.
With the exception of the Rolex.
Well, the Rolex. I never went there. I never went and competed.
You never went to a World Series of Martial Arts? I went twice before they stopped.
Yeah, that's one of the times I never gone to. There's a certain tournaments that's kind of now I look back and wish I had gone to. Like I don't know. I think they're still doing it, the one in Hawaii.
Wait, what?
There's a tournament in Hawaii.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
I've
never been to Hawaii. I've never been to a tournament in Hawaii. I would have loved to have gone to a tournament in Hawaii.
Yeah, understandable.
I would have loved to go to the Bermuda tournament. I would have loved to go to that.
I would have loved to go to Bermuda.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to Mile High in Denver?
No.
I don't either.
No. They said it had last month, shouldn't they? I don't know if they actually had it, but I know they were supposed to.
What?
In Denver. Weren't they supposed to have a tournament in Denver? No, it was Utah.
Utah.
Yeah, just get those places mixed up because I've never been to either one of them. Never been to Denver. I've never been to Utah. Never been to Colorado.
You've never been to Colorado? Oh, Colorado's cool. Colorado. I've been to Utah too. Utah's pretty cool. Different style. But yeah.
Out of every place in America, all the major cities in America, I've never been to Phoenix. I've never been to Denver, Salt Lake City, and Washington. Seattle and Portland. Seattle and Portland. So the West Coast, there's certain places in the West Coast I've never been. Like West Coast, I've only gone to Las Vegas and California. I just never been to those cities, and those are some cities I have checked off that I want to go to. And I actually thought about going to this year, but
Portland's awesome.
Rona.
Listen, hey man, you could have gone like 3 weeks ago. The flights would have been mad cheap. $15 with a plane by yourself.
I would have. I actually looked at a couple of them to see.
I did. I did just because the old school of me, obviously with wife and kids, that's not really happening. But me before that, like, I was like, listen.
Yeah.
I go to Japan right now. It's $150 to Japan round trip for a week. Let's go. I know it's close to China, but we'll be all right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going near that side of the world at this point. I will go to I still want to go to Seattle, Portland, Phoenix, Denver, and Salt Lake City. I kind of wanted to go to those 5. I may even just take a trip and just screw it and be there and just go.
Yeah.
Like on
At
Tuesday, nobody pays attention.
I mean, you can go to Portland and go up to Seattle and
then
come
go
back
to Seattle.
Around. Yeah.
I know, but the thing is, like right now, everything be shut down, so there's nothing I can really do. I'll just be there. You know what I mean? So I have to wait until this stuff clears up a little bit and then hop on the flight.
Save your stimulus and use it for a vacation.
Yeah. Well, see, you brought up something here.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not getting stimulus.
Oh, you make too much.
Yeah, I make too much. That's why when everything is about to happen, they're like, oh, we're doing tax cuts, we're doing this and that. I am that person the person that never gets anything. I make too much. I ain't got no kids. So therefore I get screwed out of everything. Like everybody else getting, I'm like, baby, celebrate. I'm like, I'm the person they up the taxes on. like, all right.
Oh, I know.
Like, oh yeah, I'm just screwed. I can't get anything. I'm not. Like, whatever. So they're like, I get my $1,200. I'm like, I'm not getting that. I literally looked at it and it's like, all right, so what's the cap? Where is it? And they were like, okay, so people at this level, and then it gets shorter all the way up to, I think like 90,000 or something like that. And they were like, anybody over 90 something $1,000, you're not getting anything. And I was like,
yep. I make too much.
And exactly. And nobody gonna feel sorry for me. Like, you make over it. I'm like, all right, I ain't getting nothing.
I ain't getting nothing.
I ain't getting nothing. It just is what it is. I get no money. So yeah, but at least I get to work from home and I still got my job and full pay.
You still got a job and you make
full benefits. Yeah, I'm good. So I'm happy about that. So, cause some of y'all getting laid off.
Furloughed and fired and let go and losing businesses and all kinds
it's a lot of stuff happening.
It's crazy right now. Like we're still paying rent.
Why?
I mean, you know how that goes. I just say we're still. Let me rephrase that. We're still expected to pay rent.
I mean, that's what people say. Like some people are like, I'm not paying. Man, I ain't got to. I actually paid mine. And I'm like, I'm still.
I pay my mortgage. Yeah.
I'm still gonna have to pay it once we come out of it. It's just gonna be double.
It's on the back end. It's gonna be
I'm like,
added
no.
month.
Let me just get this out the way now. I got the money.
I'm still getting paid. Exactly. Yeah. That's the same thing. Like my wife and I had that conversation. Like plus, I get my loan is through the same bank that I bank with. So like I use USAA.
So they're looking at you like.
Yeah. They're like, I can't say, hey, sir, I'm not getting a paycheck. Like, my guy, like, I can see all your accounts linked to the same account, right? Like,
exactly.
I'm just, we paid it. We paid ours like on the 25th or something instead of the 1st. Like when it came in, check came in, I was like, yeah, let's go.
Exactly. So,
you got to pay it. Like, I mean, hospital bill though, I'm going to tag that back on the back end because,
I will say something we record. So
he said, "Man,
hey,
bills."
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna incriminate myself. But have somebody find it. He's like, "Oh, wait, what? He did what? What? I'm like,
listen. You already know. You already know.
I paid all my medical bills.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, let me get out of here before you got anything else, Chris? Man?
No, man. I appreciate the time, man. It was at a good time. We got to get out of the house and shake it off a little bit.
Yep.
Life is good. We can't, keep your eyes and ears out for the Thursday. Obviously, we'll be dropping tomorrow, and we got.
We'll be here Tuesday. Fizz, Kicks, and Flicks
Fizz,
comes
Fizz,
out
and Clicks
Wednesday.
and Flicks on Wednesday. Yep.
Inside Scoop comes out on Thursday, so make sure y'all listen to those. Make sure you listen to all of them. Raw comes back on Monday.
Nice.
Every other week.
Yep.
So and then we'll be on live on Point Fighter Live doing that.
Thursday.
And then look for a collaboration coming up with us in Sport Martial Arts coming up soon.
Yes.
So it's a lot coming on, and as soon as I get off my social media link thing, I'm barraging y'all with all kind of videos. Like I've been editing a whole bunch of stuff. I've been
dropping gems. We got our commercials done.
The commercials are done. Like I just didn't want to drop it without inside scoops. I've been trying to tell them to yo, I need y'all to have some people say something and send it in so I can do it.
Step it up.
Yeah, because those are done. The top 5. With Alex.
Alex's top
done.
5. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, his are done. I finished those over the weekend. The product reviews that he did, I finished those over the weekend. I'm releasing some old videos of old fights.
Nice.
From different tournaments. Like I think I got some that I recorded back in like 2005 at like Amerikick. I got some from
still in Atlantic City.
Yeah. In Atlantic City. I got some videos from WKC in 2015. Some fights. So I'm releasing those too. So I'm just gonna hit y'all with a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
I'm just gonna just start throwing stuff at people like, yo, look at all of this. Just watch these fights, blah blah. I may even take some of the stuff that we downloaded from sportmartialarts.com and blitz.com, blitzkick.com, and throw those up.
Sport Martial Arts Group and Tournament News Online.
Just drop them. Yeah, Tournament News Online. Just throw them on out there and just like, yo, go at it, people. So, yeah.
I got some of them old videos. I found some old hard drives from an old PC that I had, and I got the little port that plugs them all in and started working them. I was like, oh my God, I forgot. I found old videos that I get, like you said, I downloaded from Masslink when it was still Masslink.
Yeah. I got some, I got
old VHS videos that I still got to convert.
I'm pushing my
highlight tape
out. Yeah, I got a highlight tape when I was like, I think it was like 97. I think I made it in 97. Like 97. Literally.
What was what was the music? What's the song?
Tupac hit him up. Yeah, it was 2 versions. It was one that had Tupac hit him up with cussing, and I had another version that didn't have cussing, and I think that was Cannabis, second round knockout.
Second round KO.
Yeah. And I think that was the other one. So
I literally
had
I'm not even mad at that.
VHS tape, record on one, and then take it out. All right, stop it right there. And then take it out, and then put another VHS out, and start recording from that point on to make the highlight.
To get the same
clip.
I
had to do all that, man. I did all that. I was like 16, 17 years old, just sitting around the house doing that. Like,
I got like a 45 second out of a supposedly 2.5 minute, what was gonna be a 2.5 minute one, the same way, because I got through all of that, and I got through the first 45 seconds, and I was like, I'm done. I don't care that much.
Yeah, I did all that. Then had to put the music behind it, man. I did all that, man. Like, all just old.
I didn't even care that much. I never cared that much.
Man. As you can see, it just that's why I'm doing all this stuff now, because it's just got something that's like a little passion.
It was something, that I always wanted to do.
It's just kind of fun.
And shoot, I mean, like you said, now that you got all the time in the world. I mean,
yeah.
I know you still working and you got.
I'm still working and and a lot of times I'm still doing the TOC stuff, the Technology of Color. So we had a Zoom meeting last week for Code and Wild Black, and we had 40 people on there, and I was doing the interviews for the people. And then, helping run the doggone show, the Zoom show. And then, I'm supposed to be taking over their, YouTube channel and doing all the different, doing different talks and having interviews with them and having, doing tutorials, on how to do different things and just in general. And so by doing all that, I'm like, yo, I need an assistant. Seriously, people, if y'all know somebody who wants to learn how to do video editing and videography and photography editing and sound editing and just getting into this film, this realm, let me know, because I'd much rather hire somebody inside of the karate realm than just grabbing some random kid off the street which I'm probably gonna end up doing. But yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't mind doing that, because they just to do the some of the videos we have,
Right.
to do some of the podcasts that we have, and then that way I don't have to do everything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, if you guys know,
Opens you up to be more creative in other lanes.
yeah, because it's something I need to be focused on, because this is like the perfect time for me, just because I'm in the house to sit back and think about it and construct this one thing and that one, and then the joint venture we're doing with Sport Martial Arts. So those two things would be beneficial.
I
But
just reached out to somebody for that too.
yeah. So
That was good.
all right. Oh shoot, I just thought about that. I got some videos I need to edit.
Oh, for that?
Yeah, I need to do yours. I just thought about it. I'm like, oh shoot, I got to do yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, send over the
things. Yeah.
the thing. So all right. Oh, and that was the other thing I was about to say. My server, man. My network server. My network storage died over the weekend, and that's the one that had all the workouts on them. Had a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Dang, damn it.
But I think I'm gonna find a way.
that.
I think I had them backed up somewhere else too. I'm gonna try and get those. I'm gonna try and get those off of there. And put them on my new server. I had bought a new server. I knew it was coming. I bought it.
A week or two ago, a month ago. Yeah.
About 3 or 4 months ago, I bought it, and I've been using it. I had put all the main. I put all the main stuff on there, and all my other videos and music and stuff like that I left on the other one. But I put all the main stuff in, and it just had like, this is gonna be that one. So I'm gonna have to buy a new network server so I can have and get all that information off of there. But anyway, that's my problem, not your people. This has been a Check the Podcast.
A wonderful experience.
Yep, this has been an experience for y'all. And of course, Chris.
My call, it's the same thing. You got to be on the phone with your lane.
Yeah. Can't be on the lane. The phone with a lane.
You must think I'm stupid or either blind, girl. No, something ain't right. And I'm finna
People
go.
I always hated this song when it came out.
Who is that like no?
But ain't no better. That's just my
baby dad.
my baby daddy.
Who that is?
Chris is the baby daddy again.
Again, same mama though.
Same-
I
It's
ain't
wife.
change it up like this. It's my wife, ladies and
Exactly.
gentlemen. They ain't no
But-
do the stepdaddy. There ain't none of that.
I was gonna say till next week. No, we'll see y'all Thursday. Yeah, make sure y'all listen to Inside Scoop tomorrow. Make sure y'all listen to Fish Kicks and Flicks tomorrow. Make sure y'all listen to Inside Scoop on Thursday. Make sure y'all watch us. Y'all ain't got nothing else to do. Y'all sitting there watching us.
Listen, y'all watching Ozarks,
Exactly.
which is dope though. Which is dope.
That's my baby daddy.
See y'all next week, people.
Peace.
That's